Well, folks, it's time to kick it old school. Yeah.
Raj,
what's going on,
Herbert? It's Wednesday night. It's a little after 8. We would never try to start exactly at 8. We're just not that kind of
people. No, who does that?
Yeah. A lot of shows, you go out there and you feel like the hosts are giving you 110%. We're locking in at like 63%, folks. That's it.
Oh, come on. We're close to 70. Close to 70. Close to
70, but we're not. You're not getting our best. So, Raj, it's been a good weekend. The watch party was a success. We left the Bulldogs fans looking very lugubrious. So it is a great start to the week and podcast wise. Great show lined up today.
Great show. One quick thing. Yeah, especially Sunday morning when we jumped on social media, there were a lot of apoplectic Bulldog fans out there just for various reasons. So
yes. Fire Kirby Smart. You guys have got to be.
I was like, come on, bro. But it's funny to see that. But I was always curious to see like how their fan base reacts after they lose a game. And I'm like, you want to fire Kirby Smart, really? Come on.
Yeah, I don't get that. Wow. I don't get that at all. So well, Raj, today's show is going to be very supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. So you should be ready for this. A fun one. We're going to go through the usual stuff. AP poll, break down this matchup, talk a little bit about this matchup, from when we talked about it in the summer, and go through all that. Fun fact loaded up for you. And if our Auburn fan shows up, we'll talk to her as well. So, but we got a guest. Raj. Okay?
Let's do it.
All right. This guest, Raj, is actually doing the coin flip for this weekend's game. So now, if Vandy magically wins, no matter what they say, I can see Pavia going, it's like, all right, you got it, sir. What do you want to do? Like, I didn't even hear what he said. Don't be surprised. Okay. He is rated as the smartest person on the HerbnRodg podcast. Who writes this stuff?
What? Wow. Did Corey, he kind of slip that in there? Oh, I just missed it.
I think he just kind of slipped that. You know what?
Okay.
I mean, it's not wrong, so that's fine. Yeah. That's fine. Okay, Raj. And his mentorship program, he's already mentoring Diego Pavia.
Okay.
Better for worse, he added Johnny Manziel this week, so he's got his hands full.
Oh God!
He's got his hands for Corey Burton. How are you doing?
Corey Burton, dude.
Well, I'm trying to dig out my
Vandy fame.
Yeah, man. Well, glad to be on, man. I'm glad the smartest guy on the HerbnRodg podcast is present. I just got done minting my double-headed coin, so no matter what, it's going to call heads, and it's going to be heads.
Hey man, if it is heads this Saturday, we're tagging you. We're calling you up ASAP. Hey Corey, what are we doing here?
We're getting the ball, man. We're getting the ball.
Yeah.
And of course, my mentorship of Diego Pavia. I had to really, really pull his personality out of him. I had to get him to be more loquacious and just more talkative. And it was a struggle. Like it was hard time. He had a hard time coming out of his shell. Because he's very shy, very reserved. Just doesn't keep to himself, doesn't really say much, But thanks to my loquacious ways, he was able to come out of his shell a little bit and just be himself.
I wish Diego Pavia was a little more laconic, to be honest with you. But he likes to speak up, man. He's got to say what he's got to say. So, hey, it is what it is.
Right.
Absolutely.
We're having some fun with that. Let's say hello to everybody. We'll pick back up right there. Wrestling Divas podcast. Every
shout out to the Wrestling Divas podcast.
They started going live now at 5 p.m. Central, 6 p.m. Eastern. So of course, Roll Tide. Cat's already starting to revenge on the nerds. I never thought we'd have this day.
I know.
But this is what it is. And please
I know Vandy. I mean, I said it last time I was with you. We're going to be 5-0 coming in.
Yeah,
you did.
Yeah,
you did.
So we'll pick up right from there too. Yeah, because we did. Keith, what's up, Keith? Roll Tide to you. Keith said he's going to be on the water trying to win 15 G's. We got to pull them through.
Okay. Hey, get your little phone stand. Some service out there on the water. Catch a few fish. I think that's what you're doing, right? Catch a few fish and watch some football.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And we did a watch party for the Georgia game, so Kat came and sat in with us. So that was a lot of fun.
I heard y'all talking about that real quick before y'all brought me on. That was they really want to fire Kirby Smart, Georgia fans.
Man, you go read stuff. So Rod is in Dallas, right? So I drove, on the ride back Sunday night, Monday morning from his. I listened to a lot of podcasts, and there's a lot of people calling for coaching stuff. But if you go on Twitter, which the most rational people are on Twitter.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Every other post it felt like was Kirby's got to go. Is this where we're at? And I'm like, I understand that one team is really frustrating you, but that hasn't even been a stumbling block to the rest of the things that you want.
That's what I was thinking too. I was like, regardless of this loss, you still have a good chance to make the playoff. You still have a chance to win out. Maybe you stumble, lose one other game, or maybe two, whatever the case may be. But firing Kirby Smart, who's arguably one of the best coaches in college football right now, it's crazy to hear that. And some of the other stuff that I saw Sunday morning was get rid of Glenn Schumann, get rid of Mike Bobo, the play calling, blah, blah, blah. But it's just interesting to see another team's fan base just melt down like that, because obviously we experienced that in week one. And experienced it. We experienced it a few times last year, but week one this year, I mean, everybody was just like, get rid of DeBoer. I'm like, okay, well, you get rid of DeBoer, there goes your next recruiting class, and a lot of other stuff is just gonna be a domino effect that you're not ready for.
Yeah, then you have to ask yourself, well, then what?
Yeah. Who's going to take this job?
He's a national championship coach. I mean, he may have had a rough go getting settled in, but this may be kind of where things are. He's finally got his quarterback, his style of quarterback that he likes, and he's settled in. But like going back to Glenn Schumann, he's had some rocky times as defensive coordinator. That's a more viable thing. I mean, I don't go straight to fire this guy and fire that guy.
Yeah,
right.
You got to kind of evaluate it. You got to look at it, because like the Notre Dame game plan, I think they have to reevaluate. I think they need to first do. And I know we're not talking about Georgia here, but
exactly,
they need to just revamp how they do it, because when I was watching that game, Georgia just looked lost on defense. Yeah, and I almost feel like they just have too much in the playbook. Like I almost feel like it's just too much for kids to digest, and they haven't quite adjusted to the transfer portal era where it's more transient. And there's these are still kids, age wise, they're not kids in any other aspect except for age, but developmentally with their brains, like they're not grown men and they're not professionals where you learn. Like NFL guys are supposed to learn a playbook like that, right? College kids, you have to give them time, and they're just not. I think they need to exhaust that option first.
Were you looking at us or Georgia's defense? Georgia's defense for this one, but yeah, there's time. No, I mean, it's an excellent point, because I think when Pete Golding was here at Alabama, you heard a lot of the same things. Because sometimes, was it Eli Ricks that he just kept on the sideline, and people were like, just get him on the field. Stop thinking, does he know the entire playbook? And sometimes you just get your best people on the field versus
there's got to be a balance
overcomplicating.
They're playing slow, and Alabama was able to take advantage of that, because Alabama, when they get going, like they can really kind of overwhelm you. And if you're lost, if you're trying to figure things out, like that's not the time to do it when Ty Simpson's back there carving you up. Like that's not time to be guessing.
Yeah. And I think people underestimate the effect of when you're the defense at home, communicating is the worst for you. Everybody thinks, we're making it hard on the offense. It's the same on the other end, trying to get extra stuff done too as well. So I don't think people look at both sides of those. And we do have one Georgia Bulldog in the hole. What's up, Carol?
Carol,
I know Carol's not on the fire everyone bandwagon.
No.
I think that's a little.
Yeah. Randy too. What's up, Randy? I
know Randy
would be like fire Kirby Smart, but we all know we have to put up with those fans. Like Rod said, we dealt with that last year. We dealt with it after Florida State. Yeah. So
shoot, people wanted to fire Clark Lee after Georgia State last year.
I mean,
come on.
To be fair, he had gone 2-10, had gotten embarrassed a lot, and then of course he drops that game, and they're like, "Oh God, it's never going to get better." And then, that's when it turned around. But
my problem with most of those people that are like fire somebody is they don't have another solution, or their solution is, well, just go get this guy.
Yeah.
Okay, well, fire the board. Just go get Kirby. I mean, like Kirby's not coming. What do you talking? Let's go get there. Like you don't just go. It's not ordering from Amazon. You don't just go get something.
Yeah.
So J Bank, I was waiting till she actually popped up on here. So
yeah.
Corey, we have one of us, I'm not gonna say who, so I don't want to shame anybody, but one of us pushed an Auburn fan into a pool with her dress on.
Oh.
And our penance has been every week she gets to play an Auburn video detailing like how they did last week and how they're gonna do the next week. So
yeah.
Like I said, not gonna say anybody's name on who did it. So and Keith, yes. They did great work. Raj had a video where he said they were gonna need to be amazing, and then they were.
Yeah.
So
offensive line looked good.
So, or you did say you kind of alluded to, so we'll pick up from that point first. I mean, you predicted 5-0 going into this game. Did they get there the exact way that you thought? Or, have you been pleasantly surprised with being 5-0 and how they've handled business?
I've been very pleasantly surprised. I didn't think they would get here with Diego Pavia having not finished a game yet because they've blown everybody out. I didn't have that on my bingo card. Like I thought it would be a lot closer in South Carolina. I thought Virginia Tech game would be, a lot tighter, and for a long time it was. And then, of course, Charleston Southern, that wasn't shocking. Georgia State throwing a 70 burger on them. The fact that they haven't scored 70 points on anybody since their starting quarterback got shot down over France during World War I was kind of surprising. Yeah, that's a stat for you right there. And then, Utah State, who didn't know anything about them coming into the season, but after watching them play, like they might contend for the Mountain West Championship. Bronco Mendenhall, great coach, well coached, hung 55 on them. So it's just
and that was your trap game, by the way. Was Utah State? That was the one you were worried about more than Georgia State. So
yeah, it was, and they came out, handled business. It was a little sloppy at times, but they were able to separate, and here we are, 5-0, ranked 16th in the country, 17th depending on what poll.
Yeah. Well, you do mention it. We can throw it up real quick because it is one of the talking
AP.
points. But yeah,
the AP right there. Yeah. And then
I think I put up the wrong one because
this is week 5.
I was like, dang, y'all are 17. I was like, they didn't give me
and I wouldn't mind if we were lower. I hate being higher in either one of these polls. Anyway,
be used to it though, right? Should be used to it.
Yeah, but it was different when you could overwhelm teams and you were high. But now that everyone's fighting for their life and you're lower,
college football's so wide open, man. There is no number, man. There really isn't. I mean, it's crazy. I've never seen college football this wide open. I love it. I absolutely love it. But yeah, so
what did I do with that file?
Yeah, 16, 17. I think y'all are 10.
Yeah, Vandy 16. We're 10 right now.
Yeah. That's So
look, who do you think are the top 5 teams in the country right now? Just off the top of your head.
Oh, I mean, throw a dart, you probably make a case. I think Miami, honestly, is throw up the rankings here. Jog my memory. Miami probably they're right there, number 1. I mean, Oregon, I think, is in the top 5. So this is no particular order.
That's Rogers' line. That's his favorite line.
Particular order.
No particular order. Then you have, I mean, Ohio State. I think that's your top 3: Oregon, Ohio State, and Miami. Then I think you got to throw a bone to Ole Miss and Oklahoma. Like I think they got it right. Honestly, I think it's pretty accurate. Then you have A&M, Penn State, Indiana's playing some really good football. Longhorns. I think Bama is better than the 3 teams that are in front of them. Maybe and arguably Texas A&M. Like I think Bama's the 5th or 6th team in the country right now. I think if you look at talent wise, like Oklahoma, pretty good, really good run for the season, unexpectedly. But I'm not sure they're better than Bama. I'm not sure that A&M is better than Bama. And what's crazy is, we're to allude to what we're talking about in this matchup here, like the way Vanderbilt plays and the way Alabama plays, like it could give them trouble. It's not a good matchup style wise for Alabama, but I do think they're better than the 3 teams directly in front of them, and then arguably Texas A&M and arguably Oklahoma. And I think y'all play both of those teams, correct?
We play Oklahoma, but not A&M.
Yeah, A&M is not on ours anymore. So out of the teams that are ahead of, we used to play Ole Miss, used to play A&M. Neither one of those are. So the teams that are ahead of us right now, it's only Oklahoma.
What do you think, y'all's annual opponents? How do you feel about the draw on that?
Well, you know what? It is funny that. Did you read my script?
If you could pull up the grade, I think I was surprised at the Mississippi State.
Now, do you see how he put his name into the notes, Raj? He
he did.
Notes, so.
I'm not the smartest guy on the show for a reason.
Very
no
fair.
reason,
very fair.
I think a lot of us thought that LSU was going to be there instead of Mississippi State. It was going to be, Auburn, Tennessee, LSU. But so we're surprised to see Mississippi State. But based on how the next 4 years are going to play, I mean, we're going to end up playing. Everybody's going to play everybody at some point in time anyway. So
just not as quickly. I mean, I think it's a fun. Vanderbilt and Alabama have the same permanent opponents.
Auburn, Tennessee State. Yeah.
How did that? I mean, you wouldn't think of us as being linked with Vanderbilt, but I guess it has to shake out some way. But how did you feel about your three then, with those being the same?
I like it.
I think Kentucky was going to get in there.
I thought I was expecting Kentucky and Ole Miss and Tennessee. I like the matchup with Auburn. I think it's going to be fun. It's a fun budding right. Those games are always exciting. Mississippi State was really random, but. I mean, I think it'd be fun to kind of start something with them. I don't know, new traditions and something different, right?
Yeah, I'm interested. I would love to be in on who decided Vandy and Mississippi State were going to play each other every year.
I want to know who was in on the Ole Miss Oklahoma decision.
I know.
I mean, you couldn't think of two they have really never played each other,
right,
until last year. And now they're permanent opponents. That was wild. I mean, they had to play somebody, of course, but you would think, you would think that Ole Miss would get. I thought Ole Miss was going to get LSU, State, and Vandy is what I thought was going to happen with them.
I could see that too, but I think there was some play, I guess, in the third one for a lot of people, and they were like, "All right, we don't want to." One of the last things. Yeah. Well, one of the last things Saban said was he didn't feel like it'd be fair if we got Auburn, Tennessee, and LSU every year. And then really, there's been some fans that pointed out, well, without Saban, the LSU one isn't big, but I feel like we've adopted it. And had those been our three, I would have been like, okay, but
it's I'll take everybody's good, honestly. And if you're excited about Kentucky, they're going to probably have a new coach next year, so they're going to be different, probably better. Florida's going to have a new coach and theoretically better. Because I don't think Napier's surviving the end of this year.
No,
Arkansas.
I think it's a matter of time.
We've been discussing Napier surviving for years now.
I don't know how he's still there. But Arkansas with Bobby Petrino, let's just be honest. They're going to hire Bobby Petrino. That's just going to happen. Unless he falls flat on his face, which I don't think it's going to happen. But unless it's just a face plant and they get shellacked every single game, I think they're going to hire him.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I think this is fun. I'm glad they went to 9 games. Selfishly, as a fan of college football, because you get to see more quality football.
Yeah,
I agree with that.
And as long as you preserved it, you weren't going to be able to preserve every rivalry. It just wasn't possible. But the way they set it up, you're gonna see that game, twice every 4 years. So instead of Georgia has never played at Kyle Field.
Oh, wow.
Never, ever.
I did not realize that.
They've only played A&M once.
Okay.
They've played
which is weird. Yeah.
Before they played at A&M.
Okay. It's gonna be crazy. I think also they're gonna probably push to get the playoffs a little bigger because you're just gonna see more 9-3 teams that are quality in the SEC and still get beat up a lot. And I also think they're gonna, people won't go the Alabama route and you're out of conference matchups to start the year. I think there'll be more neutral sites or you'll ease into those games. I don't think people are going to want to travel to crazy environments, kind of like Texas and Alabama did week one.
Here's the thing with that, Herb. If I think part of the reason why Greg Sankey went to 9 games, I think there has to be some assurances in the background, like they're going to have some automatic spots.
I agree.
And they're going to expand. Which makes strength of schedule matter. And I think you're going to see more quality games out of conference as well. Now, I don't think the FCS game is going to go anywhere, and I think you're going to have one more P4 game. You're going to have a G5 and an FCS game. I think you're going to have one of each, which will be fine. And for a lot of teams, that's already kind of settled, like Georgia plays Georgia Tech, Florida plays Florida State, South Carolina plays Clemson. But for the rest of them, you're going to schedule a P5 or a P4 game out of conference, and you're going to make sure you have your annual help a little brother out with FCS, and then G5. Right. I think they need those games as well. So it's that structure is going to kind of remain intact. So, I like it, and I think they wouldn't do it if there's no assurances.
Yeah, I think you're dead on that. When they did it was no shock that as soon as they said, all right, strength of schedule, okay, we'll go to 9. So everybody's already talking about it, and the Big Ten and SEC are really driving this. So what's up, Big Mike?
Shout out to Big Mike
behind the scenes who gets everything done. Carol, give us some kudos. We appreciate Carol. Final whistle. Van Edwards, good to see you, man. They're in our spot Tuesday nights at 8 p.m. What you got, Corey?
I was going to talk about. I saw a point in the chat about Mike Shula, and man, I knew as soon as they hired him. Whoever said that, I agree. Like as soon as they hired him, I'm like, that's going to ruin.
Let me slide on down. Thank Mike Shula.
Yeah, there's one up a little bit. It says, I figured when they announced Mike Shula's OC, and it's like throwing up emoji.
Yeah.
It's I just it's not like he just needs to be a position coach.
Yes. What's funny? We've talked about this before here. Not everybody is out for a head coach.
Hopefully not.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, but there's no shame in that. Some guys are just better at coordinators. That's
or even position coach. Like Sam Pittman's going to be a hell of an O-line coach somewhere.
Offensive line, yeah.
And there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. Some offensive line is going to improve drastically because Sam Pittman is there.
Right.
Yes.
And that's okay. Like maybe Mike Shula just needs to be a quarterback guy. Maybe he just needs to be kind of a analyst or kind of somebody that's going to be in the box talking to the offensive coordinator like, hey, this is what I'm seeing. What do you want to do? But I think as far as like understanding the flow of the game, it's just not there for him.
Yeah.
Right. No, I agree. Is Kat talking about our game? Well, I guess 1:30 where she's at. 2:30 Central Time is us this weekend. So, Randy, I missed OT because my wife decided it was quality time, and so I had to listen to her tell me. I don't hope she's not listening, but I had to listen to her tell me stories during OT. So I was there, and you were there in my heart, but I did not get to hear it. So
yes,
and he's talking about the 4-year look-in. So do you like the fact that they're going to reevaluate after 4 years with your opponents and nothing is set?
I think that's fine. I don't have a opinion one way or the other on that one. It's fine. It doesn't do anything for me. Pittman back to Athens as an analyst? No, hell no. O-line coach. He needs to be he needs to return back to the O-line coach there.
Dang, Jay Bate kicking the man out.
Yeah.
No, but I agree with you. And he's like you said, he's going to be great at that. So
yeah, he'll be phenomenal. He was before he left.
Yeah, T. Smitty. So
yeah, no, he doesn't need to be an analyst. He needs to be an O-line coach. No analyst for him. Like that dude is riding a Crowther sled somewhere, yelling.
J-Bake did. J-Bake was high on Mississippi State to start the season. Give credit to where credit.
I know Randy's about to say it too. There's a lot of people who are high on it.
Yep.
He said, he's agreed with you 100%, just longer odds.
Well, not this year, obviously. I think you can. I think you can bring him in this year as an analyst. But I think if things don't improve on the offensive line, that's gotta be the way to go.
Yeah. As an outsider view, were you surprised at how the Alabama and Georgia game went?
A little bit. I thought Georgia, again, what I talked about on defense, I thought they looked lost. I've never seen a Georgia defense look that lost. They got out coached there. Offensively, I feel like they kind of panicked a little bit offensively. Like I thought they got away from what they were doing well consistently. They got off to a slow start. It just kind of like they kind of just tiptoe into games, and that's not gonna in this league. That's not gonna do it. So this team's kind of in a weird spot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No, I agree.
Yeah.
Having said all that, I mean, they could still very easily win the SEC.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Like absolutely, they could go on a run, much like they did last year.
Yep.
So
yeah.
So, Let's see. Gruden, Sanders to Arkansas, and Kiffin to Summerall to Kentucky.
Kiffin. Yeah, Summerall's definitely going to Kentucky. Gruden is if Gruden goes, I think he goes to Arkansas.
You think he can be successful there?
I mean, I'm not saying he's going to be successful there. It's tough to be successful.
But he'll be there.
He'll be there.
I think they'll be excited to have him just for the Gruden Calipari major sport combo.
Oh my goodness.
It'd be epic. Just for that alone.
That sounds like a reality TV show in the making for some reason.
Yeah, really
I mean, I would tune in. So
I would definitely tune in.
Yep. All right, let's get to Mike's fun fact and let's start talking about the game that everybody showed up for, okay?
All right.
Back again with another edition of Bama Opponents Fun Fact. This week, the Vanderbilt Commodores. Vandy doesn't get credit for a lot in the SEC, except for raising the conference GPA and graduation rate. But Vanderbilt University is actually home to the first ever college football stadium in the South. Dudley Field was named for William Dudley, who is the dean of the medical school and the creator of the SIAA, which became the Southeastern Conference. Now renamed First Bank Stadium and undergoing quite a large number of renovations. One of the many traditions that have actually lasted the test of time is the victory flag being flown above the stadium after a Vandy win. So let's hope this weekend the Tide keeps the anchors up and the victory flag down as we make the Commodores sail back to Nashville with a loss. Roll Tide, everybody.
Thank you, Big Mike.
We appreciate it for the fun fact.
That's the only reason why Kat still follows us.
Yes.
So
he loves it.
We mentioned that you predicted 5-0, going into this game.
Yeah.
You predicted a loss at first in this game. Have you seen something in those first 5 games that's changed, kind of your assessment of both teams?
Yeah. For Vandy's sake, more so, I thought they had. Well, I think they have better control of the line of scrimmage than I ever thought they would.
Right.
I think playing the way they did in South Carolina, nothing else mattered because they had firm control of the line of scrimmage. When I said the 2 losses were going to be, I think I said Alabama and LSU, I believe,
yes.
When I said 10-2.
Which was surprising because you went horns down on Texas and then
I just
schedule.
I wasn't like I'm still not a firm believer in Arch Manning right now. He's struggling.
I don't
big
think
time.
anybody is.
But I think everybody's kind of on board with that now. But then it was kind of crazy. But
yes,
I just think that with Alabama at the time had the more sure thing roster. And Vanderbilt was still trying to figure out exactly what they had in receiving core, what they had on the offensive line. Was it going to gel? Like, what kind of leap was Pavia going to make? And I think coming out of this 5-game set, now you're like, okay, well, we have a legitimate number 1 receiver in Junior Sherrill. Obviously, Eli Stowers is who he is. The running game is on point, and the line of scrimmage is the best it's ever been. And with looking at Alabama, I thought they'd be better against the run. They're 90th in the country against the run. I thought they'd be better running the ball, which is they're in the hundreds in that category. But getting Jam Miller back should improve that category. And I was just kind of surprised at the way they played Florida State. Like, that raised some red flags because Florida State and Vanderbilt play very similar style. Like, they have, Castellanos is – I don't think he's as good as Pavia, but that's the kind of quarterback you're dealing with. Loquacious, athletic quarterback there.
Yeah.
And I think Florida State was just more physical in that game, and I think they just kind of were able to have a little success pushing Alabama around for whatever reason, and I think Alabama just kind of wilted a little bit, which was surprising. It was really surprising to me because I thought, obviously I thought Florida State would punch being in Tallahassee, like you were going to get their best shot, but I thought Alabama was going to punch back a lot harder than they did. And they did. And even though Ty Simpson was not the problem, I don't think he was necessarily the answer either. Cause like, I think an elite quarterback will get you above the muck. Now he's improved drastically since that game. So, that I think that for him will be more of an anomaly than the fact. But I don't know. This team is built. We just don't know. We just don't quite know what Alabama is right now. Even after the Georgia loss, you still don't really know what they are. Wisconsin, Monroe really didn't give you an accurate look either, because those teams are bad, and we just didn't get an accurate look. Like, they came out sharp, which they should have, against Monroe. They came out they were a little sluggish at first against Wisconsin. They kind of battled out of that and ended up pulling away in that game and became pretty bad.
Yeah.
And Wisconsin.
11 o'clock starts were always like that. I don't know. It doesn't matter. The whole change can tame.
I hate those games.
Can change. And 11, we're still like everyone just rolled out of bed.
Yeah. So I had a hard time getting a read on Alabama. Yeah. And even after the Georgia game, I'm like, okay, well, they get off to a fast start, but then second half it slows down dramatically. Like, is it Alabama kind of coming back to the pack? Is it Georgia, figuring some things out, make some adjustments, or like it was a kind of a strange game to me. So I really don't know a lot about Alabama. There's a lot of question marks, more question marks than I thought I would have with Alabama. And Vanderbilt has shored up a lot of question marks that I thought they would have coming into this game. So for that reason, I'm a little more high on Vanderbilt this time around.
All right. What's up, Latoya? Roll Tide to you.
Latoya, thank you for joining us.
Yep. I would guess South Carolina.
South Carolina?
Yeah, I mean, they were 12th in the country at the time when we beat them. So naturally, yes, that's the best win. We were able to knock out Lenore Sellers, and we were able to, I think, Virginia Tech to be down 10 at halftime and outscore them 34-0 in the second half was at Lane Stadium was also really, really good.
Yeah, almost exclusively. It felt like in the fourth quarter. I remember keeping an eye on that game and thinking, "Oh, upset," and then all of a sudden it was like, "Okay, flip channels to something else." So
they just beat the tar out of them.
Yeah,
crazy.
The Alabama stuff is funny because we said the same things after Louisiana Monroe and Wisconsin. We were like, we have no idea what this team is. We won't know until we're go on the road to Georgia. First half, we felt like we knew. Second half, we felt like we didn't know anymore. So now it's always okay. So how do you handle a little bit of success? So I don't know. I feel like we're going to be in the Auburn game going, I still don't know what this team is.
Yeah. I mean, it's crazy how that works. Like, you just don't know. But I mean, they could turn it on and be like, hey, this is who we are. And they could make it very, good for better for worse. They could really identify themselves as, okay, we're a roller coaster team. Like we're up here against Georgia, we're down here against Vandy. Like, and I still think a little bit of that mindset of it's Vandy has to creep in, right?
Yeah,
that little bit. Does. I can be honest about that one. It does too.
It's still Vandy 230. We're double digit favorites. Game days here.
I hate that.
I hate everything about it. And so,
I mean, it's just,
you're right.
Yeah, from a mental aspect of it, I just think it's a strange game. It's setting up as a strange game and could be a mental game here.
Yeah. So Josh Pate said this, exactly what you're saying there. He's like, if you take the profile of Vandy and all their metrics and everything, and you slap Michigan on it, if you slap like Ohio State, one of those teams, everybody be like, oh my God, and the mental would be different. But because it's the name Vandy coming to town, you're like, oh, we can still win this one because it's at home.
And you automatically discount the opponents. Like, you're automatically like, oh, well, they didn't play anybody.
Yes, Cat.
And you're like, well, okay, let's look at it. Like you're a potential G5 conference champion is nothing to dismiss.
Right.
And Virginia Tech is ending up not being. They quit on their coach, and I think Wisconsin did the same. Those two opponents wash each other out. Charleston Southern in the bye week; those wash each other out. That's a high school team. And then South Carolina and Georgia. Like Georgia, highly ranked. South Carolina at the time, highly ranked.
And going on the road, And I think people can never you can't ever underestimate going on the road in SEC environment. Almost no matter who the team is. Tennessee didn't want to go to Mississippi State. They barely escaped out of that one. So,
exactly.
I don't.
And it almost seems like Diego Pavia and crew seem very comfortable on the road. That's what's scary.
So you bring up that was going to be one of the points. I think that's one thing that makes Vandy first off, it's Vanderbilt, so your expectations are never super, super high, except I think internally. Mm-hmm. But they have no fear. I think they embody him, and he's just like I almost feel like he likes playing on the road more than at home, just because he likes being that guy to spoil
the underdog.
Everybody else's home field. Yeah, I think he likes that role. So I think he's a perfect fit.
Yeah, for sure. And he's very much in it. Like, he wants that pressure. And he not only, like, a lot of quarterbacks in that situation, they say they want the pressure, they think they want the pressure, but when the pressure comes, it's not there. But it just seems like he gets more focused. He is more in tune with his teammates, and he's over there like, hey, you see him coaching them up. You see, there's a lot of things that he does that is just, you're like, okay, this guy's a real leader. He's not just lip service. He's not just being loquacious to be for the sake of it.
You are beating that word to death, Corey.
But the problem is we smile every time, so I mean that's a good
I know, because he knows what he's
very
doing.
Good. Yeah. So
you gave me a good word, man. That was good. That was elite planning on y'all's part.
Look, see, I get a clap from Kat once every 3 months, so you've already gotten a couple to say. That lets you know.
Hey,
but you are the smartest person on the show too, so that's.
I know. I mean, I was voted that too. I was voted, so it's an honor that was bestowed upon me.
Pretty much. Autumn has jumped in. What's up?
Autumn, thank you for joining
the Wrestling Divas podcast with Lady Alpha. Good friend. Jeremy Holly up. College football nerds mentioned Vandy's the oldest SEC team right now. That one I didn't know.
Yeah, they're very. They have a lot of. They have a lot of veteran guys. Like they're gonna their challenge is going to be repeating after this year. Like whatever they do this year, it's going to be a tough go to repeat it next year.
Yeah,
because they just have.
Kat wants me to use Kat. This will be a very supercalifragilisticexpialidocious weekend.
Please, okay, listen. We're giving Corey a pass. He can say loquacious as many times as he wants. I don't want to hear you say supercalifragilistic. I don't know. Come on. Corey's the gas. Come on.
What do you think about this, Corey? Manziel being out there, is that a distraction either way?
I don't know. I hope it's not. I'm afraid it's going to be, but I just hope it's not. That kind of concerns me a little bit. But then again, Theo Vaughn hitting on his mom during the South Carolina game. So what's a distraction at this point?
Yeah.
So
where did the Johnny Manziel think? I just can't imagine me, an Alabama player coming back to a random game and deciding, hey, I'm going to stand on the South Carolina sideline when they play.
Does he dislike Bama that much?
No, I feel like we're the main rival for Texas A&M.
Yeah, I don't think it has anything to do with Bama, to be honest with you. I think it might have a little bit.
Keith.
But, I think Diego Pavia's made it well known that was his idol when he was watching college football. He modeled his game a lot after Manziel, the chip on the shoulder thing, and I think it's more of Pavia looks up to him. So,
okay. I mean, on the field, I could see that. Don't do the rest of the off the stuff.
Yeah, Manziel even came to him and said, "Yeah, don't be like me, except for playing."
Right.
He's like, "Don't do the other stuff." So, it's weird. It's weird,
yes,
but
it
is what it is. It's just kind of par for the course for the guy. So, it's something that's completely off the wall. But it just works.
Yeah. It feels like a guy kind of struggling to stay in the spotlight and pop himself in. So why not insert himself here, Yeah. Because on one hand, he'll down Alabama and then all of a sudden want to come back for the Vandy Alabama game,
Yeah.
So it's interesting. What did you think about the comments that are coming out, I guess, both on Ty Simpson's and Pavia's? Which, by the way, the Ty Simpson one, my favorite part is the fact that people just cut the quote out and just take totally out of context versus the whole thing.
I expect both of those guys to say those things,
right?
Context or not. It doesn't surprise me, and it doesn't bother me. I think it's good. I think it's good that he said that. Obviously, he's going to say that, and he probably should say that. Same with Pavia. Like, I mean, you don't want your starting quarterback to go, well, I hope we can play a good game today.
I agree.
Game, you know,
you have to speak it into existence.
You want your starting quarterback to be like, yeah, we're gonna if we play like we're supposed to play, we're gonna pulverize them, you know, like that kind of thing. Like you want your quarterback to say that, because then it starts echoing through the halls, it starts echoing through the fan base, like everyone starts to believe it.
Yeah,
and with his track record, I kind of believe it.
Yeah.
You know, like
I agree with you. I agree with you.
Like Simpson knew exactly what he was doing, and it's fine. It's great.
Everybody's gonna do their talking on the field Saturday.
Yeah, I mean, eventually you do have to do your talking on the field, and you do have to back it up.
Yeah.
But that's it. That's part of the game. That's what makes it exciting. Yeah. Like that's part of the gamesmanship. Muhammad Ali was probably the best trash talker of all time. Probably a quarter of it was actually real. Like he knew how to put on a show.
Yeah.
Yes. I think Larry Bird would also like a run. Would like a run at that.
Oh, Larry Bird might be Larry Bird in a team sport is probably the greatest trash talker.
Oh yeah, true. Yeah.
You know, it's. I mean, it's crazy. What he would be like. Yeah, I'm going to catch the ball. I'm going down in this corner. I'm going to hit this
2-3. Yeah,
and he would do it.
Yeah.
Yes.
He'd walk by. You're like, you're putting him on me. Okay, I'm going.
Yes. Yeah.
You know, it's like that kind of thing. Like he was. Jordan was just as Jordan was just Jordan learned from Bird,
Gary Payton,
Payton. Those guys, they all learned from Bird and Magic and Michael, and, Barkley and the Dream Team guys who all they all talk trash.
Yeah.
But they were
usually too busy flopping to talk trash. Go ahead, Corey. I'm sorry. Don't let Rod interrupt you.
All right, Corey. He said that simply because.
But Corey was talking. You're interrupting our guest.
Corey has been quite loquacious all night.
There we go. There we go.
What's up, Ricky? Roll Tide. This is the guy who has to put up with me.
Evening, Ricky. Thank you for joining us.
The fact that he still talks to me after work is monumental in of itself. So, but Rod, you're interrupted. Okay.
Hey, Corey, my mistake. I'm sorry, sir. Go ahead.
Oh God, I love it. Bird would get offended because they put a white guy on him. Yeah, that was classic. But
absolutely, that's who you're putting on me. I was like,
but as far as trash talk goes, man, I think trash talk is deteriorated. I think it's deteriorated these days. Like I think it's like a lot more disrespectful, and you're just like, really, like what? And you don't have guys don't have fun with it. Like trash talk, like Reggie Miller, those guys would like trash talk you, but it was like. There was some respect there.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like, and they knew it. Like, even it could be vicious, but it was like there was some respect behind it. So you just kind of was there.
Yeah. And I agree. I think everybody takes everything way more personally these days, and guys are ready to start swinging. And then, like you said, some of the trash talk, they go for below the belt versus just like, hey, I'm about to score. Like Bird. It wasn't personal. It was like, I'm about to go score on you. You're terrible. You know what I mean? But this is what we're doing on the court here. Not
right.
Yeah.
What am I supposed to say?
Yeah.
Now it's just like, I mean, you can't I can't really describe it, but like you see these football guys, they get up and they're just like, they stand over you and you're like, really? You just made a tackle. Like, congratulations.
Right. Yeah. Right. So I'm with you. My favorite is always the bad throw that goes by, or the receiver drops a catch,
and then the DB does this.
You
had nothing to do with that play at all. It was overthrown
15 yards over the dude's head.
Yeah, the DB's
like they can make a claim for intentional grounding, and the DB's like,
yes. So I think those are my favorite. So
what are we doing?
Tim Page, appreciate you, man. Thank you,
Jimmy. Thank you. Thank you for joining us,
definitely on to the next, though. So, all right, matchups. I already know where this is going, but we have to give you a chance to lay it out. Vandy offense versus the Bama defense.
Well, I mean,
I know, man. Don't make me sad.
He mentioned it earlier. We know what he's going to say, but Corey, go ahead.
I know. It's just going to hurt me. Like, as soon as the words came out of my mouth, I said, this is going to be bad.
For some reason, Bama's just underachieved against the run. I don't know what it is. It's you can't explain it. Like, it's like, okay, they have these all-world guys, but they can't figure out the run. And I think that's what Vandy does absolutely the best. Like they mix up their run looks, they mix up their formations, motions, pre-snap movements. A lot of that has improved drastically since last year even. just with the operation of the offense.
Here.
And you've got so many different options now. You've got the RPO game that's enhanced a little bit now. Like there's so many more things that they can do. Like that's where I think they're going to give Bama fits. Now, if they get to a point where they have to drop back and pass, they're in trouble. Okay. But
kind of like what Jay Baker's saying here.
Yeah, they're gonna. Yeah, I mean, it's not gonna. Doing a lot of the like they're going to get creative. Like Tim Beck is that. He is very good at what he does. Like as far as game planning, play designs. Having counters off of counters, having different looks at the same play. Like, and then you have Cedric Alexander and Diego Pavia who run like they're 270-pound fullbacks, right? And they just go. They're just efficient. They just operate really, really well. But like I said, Alabama is extremely like second in the country even in pass defense. So, if Alabama can force them into that to where they're third and long, even third medium at times, they have an advantage there.
Yeah.
Get them shuffle passes ready. Yeah. So that's kind of where I see Vandy's O versus Bama's D.
Yep. Well, half of this is the first part of defense. Definitely makes me nervous. Womack has been very slow to adjust.
This is not a team. This is not a team that you want to do that against.
It's Husky droppings, Randy. Husky droppings, and yes, we probably are. And Jimmy, I'll disagree with this. I've seen everybody I've seen pick, even if they pick Bama to win, it's Vandy to cover. Like I would not. I'll say this: I'm glad this game's at home. I would not want to go to Vandy this week for sure. That would scare me even more. I think Alabama can win because at home, but man, it's this game. I will be sweating bullets until 6. One of us will be sweating bullets. The other of us will be hanging out with Elmo and friends.
Oh my god!
Watching Sesame Street characters.
If he just busts out and says "Roll Tide" at the Sesame Street game,
I am gonna do the best I can to watch as much as I can on my phone. Like,
hey Elmo, Roll Tide,
Roll Tide. Like, all the parents and kids are like, I'm like, oh gosh.
Everyone looks at you like you got it.
I feel like this is one of those games where Alabama can answer a lot of questions for us regarding a lot of the points that Corey made earlier, as far as us stopping the run and being able to contain Diego Pavia and a mobile quarterback as much as we possibly can. They're going to get their game. They're going to score some points. Vandy's going to score some points and get some yardage. But if we can do whatever we can to kind of limit that as much as possible, it'll answer a lot of questions. Is it going to be 55-0? No, like I said, Vandy's going to score. We're going to score. We got to limit Pavia in that offense as much as possible.
And to say stack the box and beat me passing, I don't think it's quite that simple, because Vanderbilt is dynamic even in their run game of where they attack you and how they attack you and how they stretch you. Like they're gonna stretch you formationally to cause you to create those gaps, to create those lanes. Because if you stack the box and you don't get enough on the outside, they're going to nickel and dime you to death, and they're patient enough to do so.
Yep. That's why I said Pavia, I just think does a good job of running the show. Either way. Yeah. And I think they can play that style for sure. Literally. They're very methodical when they need to be. So I'm waiting to see that too. So I think he says the same thing. Yeah.
I mean, at some point
45 to 30, I guess barely covering. Go ahead.
Who do y'all play next week?
Missouri, I think, right?
I'll have a complete game against them. Okay. Just wait one more week. Just wait.
This is what I like about conference play. And I told her this for a long time. Once you get to conference play, like I know they have to put out a point spread for Vegas and all that, but all that stuff goes out the window. You're just trying to win and move on. Whether you win by a field goal, 5 points, 10, whatever it is. Just win and move on to the next game.
Yeah, just win. I'm with you there. Just freaking win. Yeah. Because this conference is hard enough to
exactly.
Then you got to worry about spreads. Like
that's too much. Yeah, especially in this day and age, man. Winning is it. Like we need to get rid of the style points, because I read a good article about that's what Notre Dame is trying to do now that you lost your 2 good games. Now they're going to try and hit 50 on everybody to try and get you to forget that they lost their 2 toughest games. So
for sure.
What about how Vandy defense matches up against the Alabama offense?
That's going to be a little trickier because, obviously with Jam Miller coming back, we don't know really where that run game is. So maybe the 108th ranking is probably not as accurate as we want it to be. But Vanderbilt's going to have to find some way to disrupt Ty Simpson. And I don't think it's necessarily getting pressure on him.
Right.
I think the way you get pressure on Ty Simpson is you really try to shut down the receivers, or not even really shut them down, just like be physical and just disrupt the timing just enough to where he has to double clutch, or he hits the 5-step drop and he has to hitch at the top of it because Ryan Williams hasn't come out of his break yet. And that gives you a chance to, he makes some errant throws. Like when he has to hold, when he has to double clutch, or when he is things go a little bit awry while he's in the pocket and he can't throw on rhythm. That's where he struggles. He hasn't turned the ball over yet, but that's where he struggles. And like, he'll throw a ball at the feet. He'll throw the ball, he'll sail a ball. He'll take a sack. He'll have to pull it down and just get what he can get. Like, there's things that happen when you can affect the receivers. And if Vanderbilt can bend and not break on the run game, they can focus on taking away those lanes and taking away those opportunities for him to sit back and go boom, boom, bam, and throw on rhythm. And if Ty Simpson's going to win, he's got to be on rhythm as much as possible. He's a rhythm distributing style quarterback. Yeah. That's what he is. That's what Ryan Grubb wants him to be. So for Vanderbilt's defense, they've got to affect that, and they've got to be able to, when they do blitz, it's got to be well timed. It's got to be in situations to where it's not, Alabama's not going to throw a screen out there at them, because like Georgia, I think, would telegraph some of their heavier blitzes, and Alabama was able to, situationally be able to hit them with a screen and get some big yardage. So I think Vanderbilt's a little bit smarter defensively. And I think they're going to have to, they're going to have to get creative, more creative on defense than they are offense. And of course, obviously, just hold the freaking ball and don't let that field. That helps too.
Right. No.
So the same for us is we got to hold the ball too, and no turnovers this game. So limit those as much as possible, because obviously that affected us last year.
Sadie, we didn't forget about you though. So you're still.
What is that?
This is a little savage.
I forgot about that.
Here. Not that I ever mind laughing at Auburn's misery. So let's get the rest of these in here real quick. Yeah. He was physical against Georgia. I think having him out there,
he had a good game. I mean,
he had 46 really, really strong yards, including that pass that he caught at the end of the game to kind of seal it. But I like what I saw from Jam in his return. Hopefully, he can eat some more this Saturday.
It's there. Yeah, and
Sadie said just the offense, by the way. Yeah, Auburn's defense shows up. So
I think Auburn's better on defense than they are offense. Offense is kind of a mess, except for Cam Coleman. That dude's gonna be. He's going to be lightning. He's going to be lightning for somebody next year, not Auburn. He's going to be.
I mean, he was open all day against Oklahoma, and just Jackson Arnold couldn't find him. That was just
7-11, man. That's what he's doing.
There's a question for you there, Corey.
No, I really don't. I mean, he played. He was a walk-on. I think he's a walk-on fullback. So, no, I really don't. At least college-wise, I think. Maybe Notre Dame, and I don't think Florida's going to offer him enough to really make him think to go away from his alma mater. Like I think it's going to take a lot to get him, because I think it's more than just money for him, and he's in a great place. He's built it from scratch. Like, it just I think he would feel. I think he feel like he would be shortchanging himself if he left that position.
What is this? His fifth season of Vanderbilt? Fifth season?
Fifth season. This is season 5, yeah. Which after season 3, didn't think he was going to get to a season 5, but here we are.
Shows you how quickly things change. Raj, do you remember what Clark Lee has Corey under what speed dial?
1, right?
2. He's got a wife.
Oh. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I'm number 2. That's prime position outside the family, so that's good.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So I agree. Let's get these last couple comments and we'll get an official prediction, and then if Sadie's still here, we'll show her some love. 2 touches for Craig. I don't know that that'd be funny though. And somebody down here said
that would be cool.
You're a beast.
Yeah. Just Just let him drop it this time, okay?
Yeah.
Just drop it.
You're like,
well, I think Kalen DeBoer said that Grubb still has some more tricks up his sleeve, something to that effect. But I don't think we're going to see Caden catching a pass this Saturday. Like, come on. But that was awesome, and hopefully he gets invited to the ESPYs for that play.
I'm down with you, Mike. I like the way you.
That was pretty cool.
Leave not even a heartbeat yet. I don't think Freeman's going anywhere. I think this year kind of sucks, but I think they're going to rattle off 10 in a row and make a playoff push. Still,
Notre Dame might be stupid enough to fire him. I don't know.
Yeah, I think he does a good job. I think it sucks this year for them. I think the way their schedule lines up, you play your two best. To start the year. So
it's a tough start, but he's a great coach, and they'd be stupid to fire him. But I also think they would be stupid enough to fire him. Truthfully, for Notre Dame.
You can't tell anything with colleges anymore. So,
no, I mean,
all right, Corey. Official prediction for the game.
Official prediction for the game. I said on Amazon, and I said this in my crossover with Luke Robinson. I think Vandy's going to win 34-31.
Whew.
Late kick.
We'll never do this show ever again.
Yeah. Late kick by Brock Taylor. I think it's gonna be the difference here.
Wow.
Okay.
I trust our kicker
to
go get water for everyone else.
Yeah. That field goal we saw this past weekend in Athens. When it was first kick, I thought it was tipped or something. I couldn't really understand. Then I saw the replay. I was like, no, he kicked that. It just went the opposite way of where it was supposed to go. So
he shanked that badly.
Yes.
Yeah. We have no faith. Our field goal starts at about the 20, I think.
Yeah.
And maybe goes to the 25. So Randy would love it if he wins. Randy likes to troll us after our losses. So he would be out there congratulating Vandy.
Yeah.
Appreciate it. All right, Sadie. Since some of you did show up, we will give you your quick love before we get out of here. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Sorry,
guys. Hey, I gotta run, boys, but it was great.
Thank you again, Corey.
We appreciate you.
Absolutely.
We hope Diego has a horrible game, but we appreciate you.
He can win the Heisman, just not on this game.
Just not tonight. Yeah, just not
Saturday.
Saturday.
Y'all can have your complete game just next week.
At Missouri. Okay.
We appreciate that.
It's gonna be fun nonetheless. But thank you.
Have a good one.
Thank you, Corey. Good night, Corey. Yep.
Later.
All right. I believe this, Keith. That was just.
I don't know.
Dang. Come on, man. That was
gracious,
gold.
Mike.
That was gold. So, how can you think you're offended? Well, what do you mean? Nobody said anything that wasn't that was out of order. Don't JB already with 2 losses. Oh, no, yeah. I think you're going to run the table, though. I think Notre Dame's going to run the table for the rest of the year.
I got to look at that. I got to look at.
That's
Notre
why
Dame's
they're going for style
again.
points.
I thought when I looked at their schedule earlier in the season, I thought that maybe they lose one more game, but I don't think that's going to happen. Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
I mean, when you're looking at these, there's maybe a chance. Maybe the Syracuse game gets interesting, but I don't know. I think the first 2 games were the hardest ones on the schedule, and I didn't think they were going to lose both of those.
Yep. And
if they run the table. USC is typical USC. They start off strong, and then midway through the season, they just kind of slide down. So.
Thank you, Sadie.
You know what, Sadie? My prediction was very, very close. Are we giving predictions right now or what? What are we doing?
We don't do a show where we do it, so you can give your. I might wait until TikTok on Saturday morning for mine.
Okay. I'll give mine. And mine was 35-24. I was leaning more towards 40-24, but I don't know if we're going to have enough steam to kind of jack up some more points in the second half, and that's what I'm hoping for. I'm hoping for Ty to kind of keep up that momentum and the composure throughout the second half so we can kind of build up some more points. But I'm going to go 35-24 right now. Of course, I hope we get to 40. And that, again, Vandy's got a good offense, so it's not like we're going to limit them to no points. If we do, that'll be amazing.
Yeah,
we're going to score.
I think they're at least hitting 20, I would say almost easily on us. So
yeah.
I think I know I missed some earlier. I apologize. I should have just kept them. But here's at least five people that gave out scores. If somebody I missed, I just didn't start. I think I put them up on the page when they first came up, Jimmy Page. And because Sadie is here, everyone,
here we go.
You got to show her some love.
Yeah, not a lot to say about last weekend. It was bad. Offense was bad. Well, good morning. And yes, I'm in the car. I'm driving. Head to work. Yeah, not a lot to say about last weekend. It was bad. Offense is bad. Main reason we lost is we just can't get out of our own way on offense. Defense keeps us in games, even gets the ball and puts it on the 2-yard line, and we get it in, and then nothing. We just sputter out. We ran the ball 8 times with our running backs. That's insane. Like, what are we doing? Hugh, what are you doing? Something has to change. We're on a bye week, and this is the chance you change. If you can't change it now, it won't change. Do I think it's still going to be this bad? Yeah, actually, I have zero faith in Hugh and our offense now. So I am going to say that we have to change some things with the offensive line too. The penalties are just out of control, no discipline. Yeah, that has to change. Do I think there'll be a changing quarterback? No. Do people have been asking for a changing quarterback? Yes. I don't think that's going to happen though. I don't think Deuce is ready. And I think Jackson's still our best chance right now. Could that change in the future? Yes. But yeah, I'm just glad we're on a bye week, so I don't have to worry for at least 1 week. All right, War Eagle.
Hey, Sadie, I appreciate your honesty and your candor. So, hey, we appreciate it. She is a good sport, and as a fan, especially in the SEC, you're honest about your team. You're honest.
They just won't be able to pay the next guy anything, basically.
Yeah.
So they get, and everybody taking their shots. But Sadie, we appreciate you. So.
Yeah. Maybe they bring back.
Deuce is gone. Cam Coleman's gone too. So, all right, folks, that's it. Corey Burton, thank you for joining us tonight. Appreciate everybody in the chat. We love you guys. We really do. Y'all
appreciate y'all.
So, especially when our notes get hacked by the Vandy people. But we'll have our picks coming out this week on TikTok as usual. I'll be watching the game while Raj is watching Elmo this weekend.
Hey.
But we will be back Saturday night, of course, for our live. Also, check out Mike will be on tomorrow. Running Wrestling Pod will be on tomorrow night, Thursday, 6 p.m. And then Talking Bama will be 6 p.m. on Sunday. All these times are central. So appreciate everybody.
Appreciate everybody.
Have a good night.
Roll.
Go Elmo. Roll Tide.
Roll Tide. And go Elmo.